Hey everybody, it's Eric and welcome to my channel. If you've been following along with the build on the Lexus, you'll know that I recently installed a switch panel, and that was because I wanted to wire up some lights in my bumper. So this is that video. I'm going to be wiring up some lights. So today I've got some Diode Dynamics light bar and pods for the front bumper. So if you are new to the channel, this is my 2007 Lexus GX470, and this is an Ascend Fabrication front bumper. So I've got these light pods already installed. These are hooked up to the fog light switch, but then the 4 pods are going to go here, and then the light bar is going to go here. So since I've got the switch panel already wired up, this is going to be pretty easy. I just need to wire it to the switch panel, label the button, and yeah. So I'm going to start with the light bar. I'm going to start with kind of an unboxing video and show you what I picked and why I picked it. So I went with Diode Dynamics. I was at Overland Expo last year and went to the Diode Dynamics booth. I went to the Heretic Lighting, Baja Designs, and a bunch of the other ones there. And I just thought the Diode Dynamics were pretty good light for the price point. They're not the most expensive, but they've got 2 ranges. So they've got the Sport and the Pro. These are the Sports. And for the price, I thought they were pretty good. They're made in the USA out of Missouri. And this is what I got. So this is with the bracket assembled. It comes with a hardware kit. Here's basically how the light comes when you get it in the box, wrapped up, and underneath you've got the hardware kit, you've got your connector and everything else you need. So I went with the Sport, and this is the combo lens. So there's either a driving or a flood or a fog and a combo. I went the combo. And the nice thing about these is you can just remove these bolts and you can swap out the lens. So if you go on Diode Dynamics website, you can get new lenses for, I think they're like $8 to $10. So super easy to swap them out if you want to, if what you need to do changes. So I got these in the ambers. These are basically going to be for like low light in the bumper. And then for the light bar, which I'll show you here in a second, I got the white because I don't have another bright white light besides my headlights. So this box actually has a pretty good diagram of what the lights are. So you've got the SAE high beam driving, the fog light wide. The fog light SAE fog is what I have on these SS2s. These are SS3s. You have flood, spot, and combo. So I got the combo beam for these in particular. Moving on to the light bar. This is the Stage Series light bar. It's a 30-inch wide. This is what perfectly fits in the Ascend bumper. And you get an option of a driving, a flood, and a combo. For this one, I got white light and a combo beam. Here's the light bar. So it's got 5 sections. This is basically what makes it a combo light. These are the driving lights in the middle. And just like the pods, if you want to swap these out, there's some screws here. You pop them out and swap it out. I went with white because, again, my only white light in front is my headlights. Let's say eventually I put a light bar on the roof rack and I want to change this to amber. I could swap these out super easy. It comes with the hardware mounting kit. It's got a cable, which is actually pretty long, and then you've got your Deutsch type connector that connects here. And honestly, I may not even need to extend this because this is pretty long. And you've got like a little instruction manual for how to install the brackets. You've got basically your output. And here's the important thing. So your power draw, current draw. So with this one, it's 9.8 amps at 14 volts. So your battery runs at 12 volts. If your voltage drops below 14, this is going to go up. And typically you want to basically add 50% to have the correct fuse. So if this is about 10 amps, adding 50%, this would be a 20 amp fuse that I would probably use to connect this up to. So you may be saying, Eric, if it's 10 amp current draw, why won't you use a 15 amp fuse? Well, because the fuse block I have for my aux beam switch panel, I don't have a 15 amp. I have 5, 10, 20, 30. So this one, I will hook it up to a 20 amp fuse, which is going to be circuit 4, which is going to be this button up here in the car. So first thing I'm going to do is take off these plates to be able to access it. And you'll see on this bumper, there's provisions for mounting. And then this is my fuse block for the aux beam switch panel. So I'll link the video here on how I installed that. And so basically with that cable, I'm going to have it run from this side up around the battery and into the fuse box. So if I pop this open, here's my fuses. So I'll run the cable up here and plug it in. And so that's what I was saying. I might not even need to extend that connection. I might just be able to plug right in. So now that I've got the little plates off, you can see right here on this side and on this side, there's mounting tabs for the light bar. And this one specifically works with these OE mounting brackets. So I'm going to open this up, hook it up to the side, and this should be a pretty easy install. So this is the hardware kit you get. The instructions, honestly, not great. But what you're going to do is, here's the bracket. The shorter side that goes to the back of the light will get the smallest button head screw with the smallest lock washer. These you might not even use. You've got these lock washers. You've got these nuts. You've got these serrated nuts. You've got these bigger washers, and this is, I'm guessing, between the bottom of the bracket and the bumper. But then this bolt will be for in the middle. So this is going to go like this, and then this can adjust your angle if you need to. This is what the bracket looks like assembled. It's tightened down. So I'm going to drop this into the bumper and then take the protective film off and bolt it down. Got the light bar all wired up. The power cord goes through here under the headlight and pops out, and here's the connector. Look at this. This is going to be perfect. I'm not even going to need to trim this, so super, super easy install. So let me get this plugged in, and I'll show you how it is. Here it is wired up. The cable's here and goes to fuse number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will show you on the inside. That will end up being this switch. It's got a number 4 on here. So I'll try to clean up the wiring a little bit. I'll try to maybe tuck this in the back and route it from back here. But for now, just to test it out, moving on to the SS3 light pods. This is what they look like. I've got the brackets installed, so you just drop the nut in here. You've got a washer and a bolt on the outside, and this is going to be a 4mm hex to put these bolts in. It comes with these Deutsch connectors with pigtails that go into here, and then I will be using 16 gauge wire. And so if you look at the video for these, I ended up running a piece of conduit or wire loom up here along the front of the radiator with the OE wire harness here, and then this goes from the driver and passenger side, and then this goes up into the fuse block or fuse box, because this was tapped into a fuse, since these are for the backlights. So whenever I turn the car on, turn the headlights, these turn on. So with these, because I'm going to have both a positive and negative running from the passenger to the driver side, I'm going to route both of them in this same wire loom, connect those, both the passenger positive and driver's positive, and then the passenger negative and driver's negative, 2 to 1, and then run both a single positive and a single negative to the fuse block. So then I can plug that in to one of the connections, and then that way it'll work with my switch panel on the inside. Just like the light bar, I'm going to use the specs that they give us. So looking at the current draw, I have the SS3 Sport. The main beam draws 1.1 amps. So multiplied by 50%, the smallest fuse I have is a 5 amp fuse. So these will be hooked up to a 5 amp fuse on the switch panel. This works perfectly because if you look at circuit 8, these lights will be directly under circuit 4, which is the light bar. So going into the car, I've got the light bar hooked up here. So then circuit 8 is this one. So they're just going to be one on top of each other. These are the tools and connectors I'm using. So I've got this connector for these crimp connectors. I've got a wire stripper. And so what I'm going to do is I've got these that are a 16 to 22 crimp connector, and on the ends it's a heat shrink wrap, and then I've also got some additional shrink wrap that I'm going to use closer to that side just because it's exposed to the elements, give it an extra layer of protection. And then once it routes from 2 red to 1 red so it can go to the fuse block, I will end up using these larger crimp connectors. So this is a 14 to 16 gauge. So it'll be 2 16 gauge wires going into one, the 2 reds, and then going to a single red that will go up to the fuse block. So I'll show you what that looks like once it's done. Here's what it looks like hooked up in the bumper. Here's how I've got the connection. So I got the crimp connector, and then I got some shrink wrap on top, and then I will put some wire loom over this. So now I've got the passenger side wired up, and I will move on to the driver's side. I have them wired up, and now I'm going to connect them. So this one goes to the passenger side. You can see this loom, and this one here is from the driver's side. So what I'm going to do is strip these, and use the crimp connectors, and then go the 2 black to this one, and then this one goes under here to this 5 amp fuse, and this will be switch number 8 in the car. Here it is wired up. So 2 black to 1, 2 black to 1, and then this will go here. Obviously, I'll get this cleaned up, put some wire loom around it, so prevent any rubbing and chafing. Here's what the lights look like wired up. Moving on to the driver's side. And then underneath, here's how my wiring looks. So I got some wire loom that goes to here. It's all tucked in the back. I got wire loom for a lot of the other stuff. And yeah, and then this one goes over to the passenger side. It's in front of the radiator with the other engine harness. But yeah, so I'll take it outside now in the dark, show you what it looks like. I'll show you how the lights are. This is the normal headlights. When I flip this on, these are the fog lights that I have. And then you can see that's kind of a wide beam. These are the new ones I installed. They look a little offset because I'm not on completely flat ground, but I might adjust them a little bit. And then so these are more straight, whereas the fogs are wider. And then the light bar that I got is this. So here's the fogs, or here's the ambers, and this is the light bar. And so then here's the normal brights, normal headlights. So if I turn off everything, this is what these look like. I think I do gotta adjust them slightly. And then this is the light bar. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. The stock headlights are not that great. So this is going to be a huge upgrade, especially when I'm out somewhere that there's not much light. Here's the lights turned on. Pretty bright. And yeah, I think they go really well with this bumper. And I think they look really great. Got a lot of light output. I'm very happy with this install.